Starting off this morning in Masterton, significant amount of rain overnight. I think we're fortunate though to be starting off. There's a bit of blue sky around and hopefully the showers have cleared, but yeah, fingers crossed for the day. We're going to be heading south through Martinborough, where apparently the Wine and Food Festival is on. We shan't be stopping. And then through the Rimataka incline over to Upper Hutt, and final destination is Silverstream Motel there. So yeah, let's kick into it. We've taken a little bit of a shortcut back to the Ture Aotearoa course rather than ride back the way through the middle of town. But pretty nice getting out into the countryside quickly and onto the quiet roads. Clouds are looking a little ominous in places, but in others we've got blue sky, so let's aim for the blue sky. And there is Masterton Airport. We're quite impressed with these hills over here. From a bit further back, they looked a bit like a painting with the sun on them and the trees and things. Very, very nice countryside to be on at 7:30 in the morning, cruising along at 30k an hour. House on the hill looks as though it could do with a paint. Looks good as gold other than that. Good bones to it, I'm sure. Oh, and another one over here. House or a shed? Could be both. There are certainly things and places that I see riding along and then kind of in a flash before I've got a chance to film them or anything, they're gone. So I guess what you see is snippets of stuff that I'm filming, but there's all sorts of other interesting and different stuff along the way I quite like, but I'm unable to film because we just pass it so quickly. Moving out of the Masterton district, we are now entering the South Wairarapa district. Making really good time this morning. We got over a 26k an hour average. We've got about 20k to go to Martinborough, and I suspect very soon we'll start seeing vineyards rather than sheep. Meanwhile, we managed to keep dodging rain. It's pretty pleasant. Currently, we're riding along with sun on our backs and rain on our fronts. Rainbow over there. Appears we might be riding towards it, unfortunately. Made it to Martinborough for morning coffee. Very quick 50k from Masterton this morning. This beautiful road, awesome scenery, and yeah, rolling through. Martinborough itself is heaving because it is Taste Festival, Wine and Food Festival on this weekend, so it's absolutely chock-a-block, which explains why we couldn't get any accommodation here. And the cafe itself is going off. So let's go and get some coffee. Today's pie report comes from In the Neighbourhood Coffee Roasters in Martinborough. And here we have a beef and bacon pie. Let's crack into it and see how it is. And the verdict? I am opining that the pastry is a bit too flaky for my liking, but the meat content is excellent. after a most delicious coffee stop in Martinborough. We're going to roll round the town square, back out the other side and head for Featherston direction, although we don't quite get to Featherston. But it is all go here for Toast Martinborough tomorrow. Nice work. And now that just leaves Mark. We're sitting here between Martinborough and the Rimataka Ranges. We've come across a ford which Mark does not seem that keen to cross. Come on, Mark, you can do it. Oh, bigger run up. We're going for the bigger run up. Or no, I was just wondering if there for a second if he decided to turn around and go back the other way, but no, he's taking a big run up. I feel this could be a poor choice, but no, slowing down. Let's see how it works out for him. Made it. Off to our left here, Lake Wairarapa, that we are making our way down the side of. In between that and the Rimatakas. The remaining view of Lake Wairarapa before we turn inland and head up the Rimataka incline. Here we are at the Rimataka cycle trail and about to tackle the Rimataka incline, summit 7 kilometres. It's fair to say that the trail is not what we were expecting. I suspect the fact that we thought it was a railway line, it might be wider and better maintained, but this is barely a walking track and poorly maintained, really. Okay, we've been well and truly put crook. We have well and truly been put crook by the fact that that was literally just an access trail, and this here looks like the actual train incline itself, hopefully. First tunnel of about 3, I believe, before the summit. I have a light. The boys are behind me just still climbing, so I'm going to attack it and see how I get on. Oh, okay. Maybe I'll wait for my eyes to adjust. Very dark. That is quite the swing bridge we're coming up on. I suspected there once was a train bridge through there, and it looks like there's remnants of it, so we're going to have a closer look. Siberia crossing bridge. And it looks as though there once was a railway bridge there, but no more. And just like that, we've gone through the summit tunnel. It's quite dark. Surprisingly pleasant ripping down the other side in all these cuttings the train used to roll through. And especially with a bit of sunshine, that always helps. Pretty much out of the Rimataka incline, heading down into Upper Hutt, cycling along the cycle path beside the river. Which is awesome because it keeps us off State Highway. Across the Hutt River and now riding down beside it. Not far away from our accommodation now. Last stretch of cruising down beside the Hutt River. It's been quite a nice trail floating down here. Day 13, Masterton to Upper Hutt. We did 118 k's today, moving time of 5 hours and 34 minutes. Our elevation today, 853 metres of climbing, which was mostly in that Rimataka incline, and to be fair, most of the rest of it was either flat to rolling. Pretty nice day really. We managed to keep out of the showers and the rain, and other than the mud that was flicking up off the trails, because the trails obviously got a dumping of rain before we came through them. Tonight we are staying in an old hospital built in World War II and used for malaria patients and things like that. Pretty interesting place. It's massive. Tomorrow we ride from here to the airport. We're currently staying in Silverstream, so down to the airport is going to take us a bit over an hour and a half, 2 hours, and then we get a plane to Nelson, and we'll stay in Nelson the night.